Hi, this is Coach Charlie, and we are going to give a brief introduction to the 4-3-3 formation that we will be using this year. I wanted the girls to have a quick reference guide to be able to look back, as many of them haven't played 11v11, or maybe they haven't played 11v11 with this formation. So we want to make sure that we have a resource for them to look back upon in case they have any questions. We will go over this in much more detail throughout scrimmages and practices and in between breaks, so that the girls have a good understanding. But this is at least a tool to get them started. The 4-3-3 formation basics, as the 4-3-3 name implies, there are 4 backs, 3 midfields, and 3 in the forward position. That includes the forward and the 2 wings. In the midfield, we have the left and right middle and the holding mid. Sometimes the left and right are known as attacking mids. Then in the back, we have the center backs, right and left back and right back, and then of course the goalkeeper that holds the fort down in the back. If we look at the formation and how it evolves based upon offensive or defensive play, this is what the formation looks like in its startup, but it often shifts and changes based upon what we're doing during the game. As we shift to a more offensive side of the field, the formation is going to look more like a 2-2-6 or a 3-1-6. Essentially, there'll be 4 in the back, as shown right here, and then 6 in the front trying to score. And based upon where the ball is, either the left back makes overlaps while the right back supports, or the right back makes overlaps while the left back supports. As we shift defensively, the biggest challenge is recovery. We're going to go to a 4-5-1. The left wing and left back must drop into position, as will the right wing and right back, as shown here. Specifically, as we look at how we're starting from the back with the recent change where players can be inside the 18, during a goal kick, we want the center backs to be just inside the 6 at the very back, as shown by the red arrows. We want the right back and left back to pull out wide to the touch lines to give us the options. Then the holding mid stands true in the center of the field, where they can receive the ball as well based upon where pressure is being applied and where it's coming from the opposing team. If the opposing team applies a lot of pressure that immediately gets into the box, we may drop the left and right backs all the way back here so that it gives us safer options so that we work in playing the ball out of the back. In the attacking shape, essentially we are going to push everyone forward. The right and left backs will either do overlapping runs or support, as mentioned before. In this example, if the left attacking mid or the left midfielder has the ball, then it's likely that this left back would make an overlapping run where the ball can be played out and back in so that we can finish. In this instance, then this right back would become support. If the ball were to change over onto this side of the field, then this right back could become an overlapping run. Then the left back would play support. You can see, for example, what the right midfielder would do as far as making cuts and runs into that space, as well as what the wings could do in this position as well. In the defensive shape, it's really going to be simple in that we'll have 4 in the back, 5 in the middle, with our forward up top, staying as close to being offsides as possible, but not being offsides. What's critical in the defensive shape is that the left back and left wing recover, as well as the right back and right wing. Everyone must recover so that way we don't have holes where they can take advantage of our width, and everyone's got to drop back. The left and right mids must drop as well, and we want to be able to keep that shape so that we're not up and down or high and low, that we keep somewhat uniform in terms of a straight line and being square to one another, and then we'll apply the zone, pressure, cover, and balance. And then finally, in terms of how we're going to play and our philosophy, how we move the ball, how we pass and possess the ball, when we have the ball in our half and we're working it out from the back, from the defense, we're trying to score this goal, for example, we're going to do a lot of safe passes here until we get to the middle of the field, and then we're going to look for more penetrating passes where we're trying to split defenders. Here in the back, we're not trying to split defenders. We're just trying to keep it away from them so that we can safely work it up the field. Then as we get into the finishing and the penetrating phases of play, we want to do a lot of through balls, as you can see down here, give and goes, diagonal runs, a lot more riskier activity, but the rewards are greater if we can get it through that back line and we can run upon that to take our chances of scoring. But that's the overall view of how we want to be able to run the 4-3-3 this year. We feel like this is going to be a good option with the types of players that we have in all phases of the field, in the four backs, the three midfielders, and the three forwards. We have speed in the right places. We have possession. We have strength and leadership in the right positions. So we feel like this is going to be a great way for us to go this year.